713-572-4610. Larry-N-Stafford, you're on Football Friday. Go ahead.
Hey, I hope y'all have a good weekend, man. Look here, y'all sure get that booty up like groceries, man. When Nick Caserio gets to talking, man. Then Nick Caserio didn't say nothing that we didn't. He didn't say nothing.
But he sounded like Larry. He sounded like a GM, and the bar is very low in that regard because we've had two guys trying to sound like a GM and be personnel guys in Easterby and O'Brien, and I think we're naturally apathetic towards it. But he does sound like an actual GM.
And he sounded like an actual GM and went right out there and gave Vernon Hargroves another contract where we watched him get burned for 16 games last season. So I understand that they got to build out a roster. But here, let me explain. The Texans have a messaging problem. I have a degree in business, so I'm pretty astute at being able to understand how to reach certain people with my message. The Texans are still lying. And all they have to do is come out and say these kind of things like, look, we understand that the fans and the team and everybody is just really disappointed in the way things have been going in the last couple of years. We have a new general manager that is trying to get his head wrapped around this situation. We understand that everybody just has a huge issue with Jack Easterby and what he is presumably doing over here on Kirby. What we're asking y'all to do is just bear with us. Let us try to figure this thing out because, look, last year we overpaid for all these sorry-ass dudes, Eric Murray and Randall Cobb and Nick Martin and Whitney Merciless. We're trying to fix that problem, and it's going to take a while for us to do that, but we're working on it. And finally, I want y'all to understand exactly that we want Deshaun Watson as our quarterback, and we're going to do everything in our power to facilitate that and get him back in this building so we can get this thing back on track. If they would say that, I would probably light up a cigar and still hate David Culley and Nick Caserio, but at least I would feel like they're not lying to me. This is how it's going for us out here, and Nick Caserio is trying his best, but as long as Jack is over there, you know he's going to have an issue. And as far as David Culley is the substitute teacher that always came to my history class, right? And as soon as he put his damn backpack down, my ass got up and skipped school because I knew I wasn't going to learn nothing that day. So that's what Deshaun Watson is doing with David Culley. I'm not going to learn nothing from him. Now, getting Mark Ingram in there may give them some kind of advantage because Mark was in there with Lamar Jackson. We can only hope. I still want Watson here. And y'all can forget that old Carolina silliness, man. I ain't trying to see none of that in our holler.
There we go. Larry-N-Stafford right here on In the Loop. You always love that substitute teacher. I will say that David Culley does come across as kind of a nice guy that maybe, I might have taken advantage of in high school.
No, that's a good analogy by Larry, the substitute teacher. That's kind of what he is. He's here for a couple of years.
Man, if in a perfect world, if this were 2 years ago and you were just trying to find guys like stopgaps, I feel like the moves that Caserio is making or the potential he has would have just been perfect. Like bringing in a guy like a Mark Ingram or a David Johnson on like a $2 million deal that's what you're supposed to do.
But you don't trade D-Hop for him.
And I just think Mark Ingram could have helped Deshaun Watson and even D-Hop when he was at his best. And I think Mark Ingram...
Well, you wouldn't have gotten him at this price.
Perfect guy, though, man. He's just a perfect guy to mentor young guys. Could I